Well, I think you should start looking into how to take advantage of the new stimulus checks from the Biden administration, and they're still voting on it. It's in the Senate now, but it'll be there soon. And what they have now is really what the final will probably look like, with a few additions or subtractions. But you got enough to know now. And there's about 32 different grant programs and assistance for people. 32. So if you're going to wait for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whenever it becomes law, and then start figuring it out, you're going to be behind the 8 ball, and everybody's going to be there first. So you want to be there first. So start learning what's there now and learn the possible places that you could start applying for it, to learn the system now. So start getting all the preliminary information. So when they pull the trigger, you're first in line and not going to be way back. You know, when Walmart opens the doors and they only got 12 television sets and you're not one of the first 12, then you're not going to get a free TV. So this is why, and also to realize what's there, because everybody talks about the $1,400 stimulus check. That's just a tip of the iceberg. I mean, you have a $1.9 trillion, and when you average that out, I mean, there's 100 ways to calculate this, but if there's about 122 million households, a household could be one person, could be 10 people living in a household. Well, of all those households, and if you have $2 billion or $1 trillion, I mean, that could be like $16,000 per household. That's a lot more than $1,400. So even if some of that money goes to governments, state governments, and stuff like that, if you cut it in half, that's still like $8,000 per household. So you got to figure out where that is. And let me go through the list. The report here shows you all the listing, and I'm copying it. I plagiarize all the time, right? From Vox. They're a great organization that does great research on investigative research. And they have a great list of the programs. What I've done is taken their description, so I don't have to do all that work, and then put where to find that information to apply for it, because you read all this, okay, the IRS this or grant rents over here, but how the hell do you find it where you live? Because the system throws the money into the federal programs, so the federal agencies throw the money into the states, and then the states throw the money in the cities and counties and stuff like that. So you got to figure all this out. So I've been studying government programs for 40 or 50 years. I'm so goddamn old. I'm older than dirt. And so this is where I think they all are. Okay, the first one here we have is money for school opening and higher education. Well, you say, well, what the hell do I need that for? Well, if you're a college student, there's money there of the $40 billion that's go to colleges. Half of that money is going to go to college students who have trouble paying for expenses, living expenses. So where do you find that money? Okay, and most of that is in, I lost my thought. Boy, I get real old. Okay, go to your student aid financial office, and that's where you want to know about the new, what do they call this? The Biden's American Rescue Stimulus Plan. Okay, so it's a Biden's American Rescue Plan. That's what you want to know. Where is that grant for individual students? And it's going to go to the university or the college, and then their financial aid office or somewhere else will know where it is to go to individuals. So you don't want to be the last in line. Okay, now you have child care help. That's $39 billion. It's a grant program for child care. Okay, now that's to help people cover tuition. Okay, so that means if you can't afford paying your tuition at child care, the child care provider is getting grants to pay it for you. Okay, how do you find them? Okay, now here's the link. Okay, paying for child care. The government has childcare.gov. Now, how would you think of that? You wouldn't know that, right? And tell you the truth, I think this administration is going to concentrate more and more on that. We're terrible in the country about child care and everything. So we're going to probably spend more. So keep an eye on that place. And they have paying for child care. If you go to childcare.gov and then look for paying for child care, that's where this money will pop up. And also what's neat there, you have a state by state listing of all the agencies. See, every state has an agency for childcare providers, because they're registered, they get grants and things like that. So that's what you want to find, is your state agency that helps with childcare. And there's a link there. Okay. Now, Fund for Healthcare Access. Okay. This is COBRA. COBRA is if you were working somewhere and you got health insurance and then you got fired or laid off, then they let you still pay for health insurance. Okay. Now, what this is, they're doing here is paying for 85% of your health insurance coverage. So you don't have to pay for it. Normally you had to pay for all the health insurance coverage, like you're the company. You had the coverage, but you had to pay for it. No, that's not very helpful, is it? And so now what they're doing is, if you're in that, you lost a job and your job paid for health care in some way, you could still keep paying it, and they'll pay 85% of that. And that's pretty cool. And so I showed you how to paying for COBRA. Okay, there's a link there. Okay, the next one is food assistance. Okay, now that has increased. This is the fourth one. That has increased like $5 billion. So that's, the food stamps, they call it, and things like that. Okay, here, USDA, if you go to fns.usda.gov, and it's called the SNAP program. So that will tell you where to apply locally for that. Funds for older Americans, okay? So actually the support services, disease prevention. So if you're a senior like me in this country, where the hell am I going to get this money? Okay, here you go. Here's the place, a single place to find out. Okay, the funds, there's a $1.4 billion for older Americans. Where the hell am I going to get that? Okay, what you do is you go to this, what's called the Elder Care Locator. And that's an 800 number you could call and ask them, where's the best place to find out about that? Okay, the next one here is $15 minimum wage. As of now, I don't know if that's going to happen or how or whatever. Don't worry about that, okay? But if you want to know about anything, here's the place to, if and when it happens, careeronestop.org. Careeronestop.org. You could find your local office that handles all these kinds of things. Unemployment, wages, everything. That's a single source for you to go, hey, where do I go? You're going to go and Google wages and get all screwed up. No, you want to go to the horse's mouth, and that's where it is. Transportation and infrastructure. I'm not sure what they're going to do. They got $50 billion to reimburse for better transportation, and I don't know where that is. The best thing to do, here's my fallback position. You go to your elected official, so they know who's getting that money in your town. Why? Because they're responsible for you getting it, okay? They're voting on it to make sure that your city gets this money. Okay, so that's right there. You're going to look around and say, "Who the hell got this? You got it? No. You got it? No. Nobody knows. Everybody's going. Okay, now these are the people. See, they want to make sure you know that they helped you get this money. So that's right. That's who to go to check out. And commoncause.org is a good way to find out all your elected officials. Find out where the hell they're. Same way with public transportation. There's $30 billion. Okay, that means maybe you have vouchers to take the bus for free to work or whatever it is. Okay, find out all about that. You want to know, you go to elected officials. Hey, in the Biden stimulus package, where is the public transit? What kind of help is there for me in that? Let them figure it out. They're better out. Okay, unemployment insurance. Okay, that's the new $400 a week. $400 a week. And here's the location, the link that you could find out how to apply where you, because this is different. This is the pandemic. There's two kinds of unemployments. A regular, the one that your father used to use, and the new one, the one that is now for anybody. It's not like your old time. You don't even have to have a regular job or whatever. Now, when in doubt, you apply. You don't know if you apply. I can't tell you if you're eligible or not. No. And every state has a little different. So you just go and apply. It costs you nothing, okay? And if you get turned down, then you appeal. Hey, I'm going to appeal this, and you don't have to hire a lawyer, okay? And if you have screwed up with that, then your elected official can help you with those organizations. Stimulus checks, okay? $1,400. Okay, that all from the IRS. Or you want to go there and irs.gov and you can say, get my payment. And that's where you make sure they have the right address and bank information and things like that. Okay, tax credit. Very, 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 very important here because this is going to take your $1,400 stimulus check and run it up to about 10 grand, because you're also going to get $3,600 for every child under 6 and $3,000 for every child 7 and up. Yeah. And that's it. Also in there, what's very important is that if you don't have a child, see, this is the child care tax credit for also it has in there for people who don't have children. You get $1,500. Now, there's an income limit on that, but you could get up to $1,500 if you have no child. So you're going to get $1,400 from the stimulus, then an extra $1,500 if you don't have any children and you don't make a lot of money. That's a child care tax credit. And a tax credit means that's a grant. Forget about this for the child care and everything. It's just like getting a grant. You're going to get the money whether you pay taxes or not. Don't worry about it. They're going to send you a check for another $1,500. So you got $1,400. You got $1,500. That's $2,900, right? 29? No, $2,900. It would be nice, $29,000. No, $2,900. So that's for people who don't have children. They have to be working. I don't know how much you have to be working. Got to figure that out. But you can't make much money, so you can't be working a lot, kind of thing. So that's it. That's another bonus. So you get $1,400 plus the $1,500 for the childless care tax credit. And here's where to find free sources for your taxes, because it's a little confusing how to find out. You need free help. Go to 211.org or findhelp.org, and they'll hook you up with nonprofits that do for free. Now, here's another thing is child care assistance program. That's another thing. If you're paying for child care, I mean, that tax credit, I think is like $8,000 or whatever. So find out what that is. You're paying for child care. Low-income families get a lot of money there. And again, how do you find out? That's through the tax system. And that's 211.org and findhelp.org. Okay. Pensions and the top priority. Don't even know what a portion of this bill will be bail out multi-employer and pension plans. That means if your pension plan is going broke, they're going to give money so you get the money. Now, what I put as a source here is unclaimed pension money. Actually, this could be 10 years ago. You were a kid and worked at Safeway or something like that. You didn't realize that they put you in the pension plan and you got money there sitting. You don't know. This is how to find that out. So there's a link there at the Pension Benefit Guarantee. Obamacare Premium Company. Okay, now there's more money. Oh, God, more money to pay for healthcare premiums, okay? So in other words, you go to healthcare.gov, right, and you apply, and then what they're going to do is give you more, vouchers to pay for healthcare. So you're going to pay less for healthcare. And actually, that is open now, too. You don't have to wait till December from, I think, February till May. It's open market to apply for healthcare. So go check it out. Even if you have a plan now, see, maybe get a cheaper plan and check that out because you're allowed to do that. I may be wrong on some of this stuff, so you have to check and just put up with me if I'm wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I don't know if you realize that, but I think there was one time, I think it was 1978. I think that I made them. I make thousands of them every day. So bear with me. You got to go get it from the horse's mouth for it. Okay. The Paycheck Protection Plan. Great program. They're going to add more money. They can't get rid of all the money now. And they just changed the rules to make it so easy. If you're just self-employed, man, it's just 5 minutes. You get like $10,000, $20,000. So check that out. There's going to be more money, in this plan besides the one that have now. That's a paycheck protection plan. Also the EIDL. Now that's a little more selective. So you have to be in certain zip codes, but check that out too. And you can apply directly. The other one you apply through financial people, and they help you with the line. So that's a $10,000 grant. So you got $20,000 from the PPP, $10,000 EIDL. You use them for different cases. Well, then you get both, I guess. Restaurant revitalization. Now this is a new one, I guess, because I couldn't find it on the SBA. But so if you're in the restaurant business, there's grants. $25 billion to help for people restaurants that are under $500,000 in revenue. So if you have your stand is less than $500, you want to find the restaurant revitalization fund. I don't see it on the SBA website, so it'll be coming soon. Call up the local Small Business Development Center or the SBA and say, hey, do you know anything about that yet? And if not, when can I call back and find out about it? Okay, here's for money for vaccines testing, and tracing. Okay, where do you find out? Okay, so you don't pay for vaccines. Okay, the best place is your your county health department. They're up on all this. They're the people probably get the money and dish it out to people, to help spend the money and get the vaccines. So how do you find your county health department? Here's an organization, National Association of County Health Organizations.org, and their membership directory. It's a nice place to go. You just find out your county and call up the health department in your county. Okay, common cause for find your elected official too. Money for the public health workforce. They're going to hire people. So you want to get a job? Call your county health department. They're going to have money to hire a lot of people. You don't have to be a doctor or a nurse. They have all kinds of people. Okay, public health investments. Not sure what that is. I guess they want testing and stuff like that. You're interested in that? Again, that money to go to your county health department. 21, tribal health, same kind of thing. Your health department there, and that's how to find them. Mental health and substance abuse, lots of money there. There's $3.5 billion, so you're worried about. And the COVID has caused an increase in mental health problems and substance abuse problems. Okay, get free treatment and everything. Start by contacting your county health department. Energy assistance. Okay, this is low-income people need to pay their health care bills. Okay, we got $3.5 billion extra money for that. Where do you find that? Here it is. Low-income home energy assistance program. Got it? Low-income home energy assistance program. It's already a national program set up all over in every county. I have the link there. So you just go find your county and start applying. Hey, when are you going to get this money? And now here's money for internet connection, right? Okay, this is money to help pay for broadband and because you can't do anything now. It's like not having the roads. This is the roads for the 21st century. So more people have access to the roads. The government, in the 50s, spent all this money on roads so we could have transportation and commerce and things like that. Now all the commerce is on the internet. So everybody's got to have that. So we're giving more money. That's $7 billion. The FCC runs that. And when you have problems you don't know or they don't know, you call your elected official. And that's what I have here, the link. And number 25, financial services for Defense Production Act spending. I don't think that's anything you and I probably know about it. Unless you want to sell something to the government, then go to your elected official to find out more about that. Rental assistance, $25 billion. Okay. The last stimulus package that was just passed in December has $25 billion. Okay. They haven't spent it yet. Right. And they're just starting now this week. So you start in your state and county and everything. Start talking to all the housing authorities there about the current one. This is going to be on top of that, another $25 billion. So if you're hurting for rent and things like that, you want to know about this. OK. And also in the new one, there is also mortgage money. That's important. The old one had no mortgage money. The new one has new mortgage money. Okay, and there's money for homeless, so to make sure they're not homeless. Okay, here it is. $6,000 to pay for mortgage and property taxes. Wow, okay, mortgage and property taxes. Okay, here's how to find it in your county, in your community. Okay, that's what the links are there for. Okay, you just don't say, oh, where do I find it? And you call Harry Harry doesn't know. Nobody knows. But here's the people who know. They get paid to know this stuff. They may or may not know it. Then ask them, hey, well, where else? Who the hell must you know about? Lesko said. No, don't say Lesko said. People don't like my clothes. Don't like a lot of shit about me. I don't mind, but find out about it. So there's $6,000 to pay mortgage and property taxes. Okay, small business credits. That's a program where and it's economic development program. So what they're doing here, the government is giving money to state and local counties. Okay, and cities to give to small businesses. Okay, so it's loans but they're guaranteeing. So that's why it's easier than going to the bank to get it. So that's where you want to support the airline industry. If you're an airline person, you'll know about it. And agriculture, okay, rural development. There's a lot of money. If you're growing stuff, they want to help you grow stuff. We need food. Please make us more food. I'm skinny as hell, but I fight fat every day. Okay, what else we have? Increased SNAP benefits up to 15% now, so they're keeping that going. How do you apply? Okay, here it is. The state directory of where to apply in your state. Veterans Affairs, okay, lots of stuff. Funding for state veterans home, funding for medical care and health needs, claims and appeal funding. That's right, you're fighting the veterans, okay? The government's going to give you money to fight the government. Hey, that's pretty good. Where do you find out all about that? Okay, the best place is there's something, I have a link here called your county veteran service offices. They're in every county. These are people who get grants to help you get grants. Hey, that's pretty good, isn't it? So they're already getting paid to help you get paid. They're the place you want to go. And it's set up for veterans. And then there's a lot of government stuff. So if you're a government official, know about it and whatever. And then for me, okay? So that's it in a nutshell. There's a $20 nutshell. That was a big bag of peanuts. So if follow-up. It all takes follow-up. You'll go to a link. It may or may not work. You have to keep going, man. And if you're not prepared to do that, you're going to be by the website, by the wayside of the as the cars are going by without a car. So you got to follow up. You got to beat on the people. They're not there to find you. You're there to find them.